It's our opening theme.
Yeah. But you're gonna keep going. I was getting ready to bebop to it.
It's just a stinger. You don't want to have a huge opening theme. That gosh.
Patience done.
More, two more things. I got. Oh, so worried about my coffee. I forgot I can't see chat from here. Okay. Let me get that. And one other thing.
Yeah. By all means, bye. As we are. Hello, Dragon Flare.
Yes. Hello. Glad you're here. Glad you're here.
Okay. You are live on YouTube.
I'm gonna pop this out. Minimize this other window. Okay. No, I got we got to episode 10 of that. I actually have along with that, I actually have stuff to talk about in my week. I did stuff this week.
Yeah.
Try to avoid it, but I actually watched some stuff. It was good though.
I do have a pre-show topic for you.
Okay.
I've been saving this one. I don't like drama with other YouTubers, right? That's why we don't ever cover like YouTuber news.
What are you doing?
We'd probably get a lot more views if we did cover drama, but so there was a YouTuber a while back. I waited months so the algorithm would no longer have been catching the video and it wouldn't have been like a big thing. But there was a YouTuber that made like a really long video on Monster Hunter, you know?
Yeah.
We did, Dark. If you missed the answer, we did. And they said in that video, there really wasn't any reason for that video to be super long because they said early on in the video that the best game in the series was Monster Hunter 2.
Okay.
And that nothing afterwards was Monster Hunter, really. Everything after that was not really Monster Hunter. And so, go ahead.
Well, man, I understand that sentiment.
Right.
I understand. I love Fallout 3, Fallout 4. I do understand. And New Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, there's argument that's not Fallout.
Right.
It's not the gameplay and everything else. I understand that sentiment,
mm-hmm.
but at the same time, time moves on.
Yeah.
You know.
And so my question was going to be to you, watching enough telenovelas. That's just nah. What is a game that you hear most people say that sentiment? Or like a movie or a TV series or something.
Anything that's got more than one sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything with more than one sequel, people are going to say that about. On that. Yeah, the Phantom Menace was they've ruined Star Wars until the next other Star Wars came out.
You want to know what
they've done some good stuff with Star Wars. Talk about that later, but that's what that was. It ruins.
Yeah.
You have that many sequels at some point. It's like that's not John Wick 4. They lost me on that one. You know.
Yeah. You want to know what the best part of it was though? He never played Monster Hunter 2. He kept talking about how he played it as a kid on his PlayStation. It didn't release for the PlayStation. It never released outside of Japan. And so that's the second half of this question is, which is the one you hear the most about that it's obviously a lie?
Hurry up, Rundgren.
I don't know.
It will.
Some of the old like some of the old NES. Yes, I beat that game on the NES. Just some of those were really hard. I never beat Battletoads.
Anytime somebody tells me they beat Ghosts and Goblins or Battletoads, I think they're probably lying.
Beat Ghosts and Goblins. I've got some. I never even figured out where the hell to go on Rygar.
Mm-hmm.
But there's plenty of games I beat. You know when they came the The first Zelda took a long time.
Yeah.
They beat it. The first Final Fantasy, there were a lot of stuff I did beat.
Yeah.
Even on System Strider and stuff. But yeah, some of those old ones. Like, did you? Did you really? Or did you just play the crap out of it? 'Cause I played a lot of Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
I can't say for 100% if I ever beat that. If I just.
But it's funny Dark brings up FF7 because I do think that FF7 is one of those games. I love FF7. I absolutely think it's one of those games a lot of people say they've beaten and never actually played.
Yeah, probably so. It was a huge influence. I've actually beat that one multiple times. First time I fought Sephiroth, took me an hour and 45 minutes, and I still lost.
Yeah.
I was disgusted.
I love FF7, but I also love Legend of Dragoon. And I think there's a lot of games right after FF7 came out that got sidelined because all anybody was talking about was FF7. Chrono Trigger had the same kind of thing that happened with it.
Yeah.
Like, Dragon Warrior, as we called it, 3 is legitimately an incredible RPG. One of the first RPGs where you get to make your own party of characters, and you get to actually, like, choose their class ahead of time, and it's so good. But Chrono Trigger came out a month later, and it was like, well, yeah, no, and nobody's talking about Dragon Quest 3 anymore.
A lot of fault of that. You start digging the gamers, old, young, middle, forgotten, whatever. There's these games that stick. For some young morons running around now, it's going to be, man, I just remember running around on Fallout or Minecraft. That was the first game I played. They just don't make them like that anymore.
Well, we talked about it yesterday, but, like, I'm one of those people that had to learn to understand how big and important Final Fantasy 1 is, right? And, like, Legend of Zelda 1, like, those games are still important today just because other games do what they do better. Yeah,
they're probably just not, I kind of understand not playing them today.
Mm-hmm.
If I boot up on the little NES, if I boot up one of those old games, I'm not planning to beat it. I'm just seeing how far I can go on a couple of lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know. Now it was a big PS2. It was a big deal on the PS2 with the disc. It moved over from Nintendo, so it was a Sony property now.
PS1, yeah.
The PS1, sorry.
Yeah.
The yes, it was far from it. Far from it. But there was a lot. It had a lot of backing behind it, and it was over, I think, 4 discs.
Yeah.
It was a very long game for the time.
I think a lot of people talk about, like, how cool Cloud is and how cool Vincent is, and that's all fine. But I think what that game really did that was incredible for its time is how good that soundtrack is. That soundtrack is exceptional.
That didn't help Dark. And look, they did, and Prelude was digital. The music through Final Fantasy. I think that was the first time. That'd be the first digitalized using the Sony.
Sound chip.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we've covered enough time. We can start the show off proper.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, now you can.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
And I am Rungren.
And we got some stuff to talk about tonight. I do. That's true. I love FF7 soundtrack. It's when I hear, like, I will fully admit I am such a sucker for a good OST, but when I hear that do 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 do, I'm a little kid again, and I can't separate that. I will always admit my bias there.
Right. It's like the old Star Wars fans, right? That bump right when the words come up.
Yep.
You've got a chance if you pull that off.
Oh, I gotta fix my name. Right, you're right. I gotta fix it. Which one's the better FF movie? Definitely Advent Children. Advent Children's not a good movie, but it is a better movie than Spirits Within.
Yeah.
Spirits Within is a hot mess.
Awful.
All right. Do we have a pop quiz tonight?
Yeah.
change my name. Well,
Get your name changed. What's your name?
just Trey.
What's your name?
It's going back to Trey.
It's going back to Trey. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. There we go. Is that better? That was more fun. Ah.
I just don't like the way it looks. I'm sorry. That early CG looks really rough in that movie.
I think they're both pretty bad.
They're both pretty bad.
Yeah. All right, Trey. Your first question. What is the only number that has its letters in alphabetical order? When you spell it out, it's letters or in alphabetical order. You mind?
Oh,
You can't just sit there and spell out every number.
I
man.
am. I'm trying. Okay. Well, it's definitely not 1, 2, 3, or 4. Not 5. It's not 6. Not 7. It's 8.
It's 40.
Is it really?
F-O-R-T-Y.
Oh, okay.
Across the thing, yes.
I didn't want to sit and go through every number, so I just made a guess.
No, that would make for a long podcast.
Yeah.
Do that. Okay.
I don't think it's 999, Will.
33. We're going to. All right, I got a bonus question for you. I just thought of one. All right.
Okay.
Only one animal's evidence is admissible in an American court. Can you name it?
Only one animal's evidence?
Yes.
Dog poop?
No, it's an animal. I'll give you that thing. I'm gonna try. Only one animal's evidence. Yeah. So if this animal,
Oh, it's the animal itself presented the evidence. Okay.
yeah,
A bird.
no,
Parrot.
no, it's a bloodhound.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's where I went to, Remus.
There's people pulling for parrots on that one.
That's where I went to. I love Ace Attorney.
All right. Here you go. Name the only creature on Earth that can twist its head in a complete circle.
The owl.
Excellent, sir. You know your owls. It's, as general owls. What? Everybody's all over that one.
Yeah. Owl is fukuro in Japanese.
Not one of the questions.
Going for bonus points.
What is the only X-rated movie to win the Academy Award for Best Picture? There's 2 that have been nominated for it that I know of, but there's only one that ever won it.
Jaws?
Jaws wasn't rated X.
I'm just guessing that some theater somewhere rated it X.
There was a movie called Midnight Cowboy. There was another movie called Caligula that was nominated but did not win. I think I got that right.
Okay.
That's a good guess. Yeah. That is, I think that answer is what most people would jump on. It was Midnight Cowboy. Which I guess, okay. Okay. So Midnight Cowboy's rating much later was changed to R.
Okay.
It was X when it won the Academy Award. Caligula did win, and they hold it's still rated X.
Okay.
So maybe a little more of a trick question than I meant for it to be. What is the only letter worth 5 points in a Scrabble game?
7? Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. No.
Oh yeah. All right.
At least I realized after I said it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Was the
I
only
was
letter?
thinking like the first question. I'm sorry.
Come on. What's the only letter?
Uh,
5.
the only letter that's worth 5 points?
Yeah.
Is it V?
No, it is the letter K.
Okay.
For that.
Oh, so Remus got it.
Oh, so good. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Okay. There's been many U.S. presidents.
Hmm?
But only one was a bachelor. Which president was that?
Andrew Jackson.
No. Yeah. It was James Buchanan.
Okay, I just assumed no woman would ever want to be with him.
Dude. He caught a bullet in his chest defending his wife's honor because his wife, who was not an attractive woman, somebody else called an ugly war dog. Andrew Jackson was married.
Okay. I knew he got shot, but I just assumed that no one would want to be. Abe Lincoln got shot next to his wife, too.
Yeah. On that. But yeah, so in the duel, they marched off, turned and fired. He let the guy fire at him and took the bullet in the chest so he could make sure he killed him when it was his turn to shoot.
Yeah.
It was a roll, yeah. And he died with that. He was a psychopath.
Yep.
That was crazy. All right. Mark that one off. All right. Name the only former heavyweight boxing champion to be buried in Arlington National Cemetery.
Heavyweight boxing champion to be buried in Arlington.
Yeah.
Is it Avery McCullough?
No, that was a nice pull, though. I don't even, what? No, it's Joe Louis.
Oh, okay.
Joe,
I've mentioned before boxing is the one sport that I kind of like.
right on. Excellent. What's the only food that never spoils?
Only food that never spoils. Twinkies.
No.
It's cheese. Because it's spoiling is a good thing. Blue cheese.
No. It is honey.
Okay. Yeah. Remus is winning today.
It will crystallize, but you can actually just boil it back down to honey.
Okay.
All right. I got a couple more here. All right. Only one state in the U.S. has no counties. Which one?
No counties. Hawaii.
No, it's Louisiana. It's got parishes.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Of course.
Great Lakes are a whole bunch of there's a lot of fresh water up there.
Yeah.
But only one of the Great Lakes is completely inside the United States. Which one is that? No, it's Vice, honey. They'll never spoil.
I want to say Lake Erie, but I think it might be. I'm going to go with Lake Erie.
No, it's Lake Michigan.
Yeah, of course it is.
Do that.
I knew it wasn't Superior.
No, it's about the same as all the other lakes.
You got me. That's a good one.
All right, not bad.
I looked it up just to be sure that I wasn't wrong on the name. It was Wayne Avery McCullough. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Doesn't change the fact that I got the answer wrong, but
no, but at least you know, it was a little bit off the main road boxer a little bit,
closer to the answer that I normally am.
One right. Not bad. Not bad. 7.
The first question just came back on me, and I immediately thought of numbers instead of letters.
Ugh.
Michigan is a name Trey wants to forget. Look, just because it took us 45 minutes to beat Gun 1 Michigan to get no new dialogue.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize there was such trauma associated.
Oh, I do still love Michigan, though. Gun 1 Michigan is a great character. Can't look at him the same way anymore.
Like,
There's cut audio for up to 10 waves of MTs. Wow, that's a lot more waves than the game had. I'm glad there weren't 10 waves.
right, maybe it's just for different playthroughs. And they have one rare. Hear the guy in the back say, "Yeah."
We're settled for 7 waves. Look, 7's gonna be a thing now, isn't it? Ugh.
I have no idea, man.
He should buy it. Let him buy it.
Is it 7 waves?
That's fair, Dark. That's fair. Look, I'll own it. It was a mistake. Was that the last question? Are we clear?
Yeah, that was number 10. Here's a bonus.
Okay.
There are infinities of different sizes. True or false?
Infinities of different sizes?
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Okay. You need me to explain it to you?
Because things like space expands infinitely, right?
Well, not just that. Let's go with the regular numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on up, right?
Yeah, you
There's
didn't name 7. I noticed.
There's 7 or more. You didn't. You have all the regular numbers. There is no end to it. We're gonna start at 1, go till it ends, and it doesn't. It goes infinitely, right? Okay. Well, what about the even numbers? So let's take all the even numbers out. That's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8,
Right.
10, 12, all the way up
Continuous.
to infinity. So the first set of infinity contains that second infinity set that's half the size.
Right.
Because it's made up of the even numbers and the odd numbers.
Right.
So by logic, those two infinities have to be smaller than the first infinity.
Right.
I'm confused too. I'm not. I'm really just looking for reaction back on this.
Well, I mean, theoretically, you could then do the same thing continuously. You go, okay, well, now every third even is going to be its own separate thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Or pi. Not pi, prime numbers.
Mm-hmm.
There's an infinite number of prime numbers.
Yeah, which is still smaller than the whole, but could infinitely get smaller.
Yeah.
Because it continues on. It's the same question as, like, the infinite hotel, but the infinite number of guests.
Okay.
I
There's a guy named Cantor, long time ago. That it had some big mathematical splash. I don't know.
Did he know Socrates?
Don't think so. Don't think so. Good reference.
Thanks. I got to try and get some of my cred back. All right, well, let's move into Gundam. Forget what it says on screen. I forgot to change this one slide. I'm fixing it right now. Ignore it.
Yeah, it's not so. It's thought experiment how you line it up. Because if I line those even numbers up, it's 2 now is 1, 4's now is 2, 6. Just a weird little thought thing. There's no. I don't really can't give a definite answer one way or the other.
Yeah, we love OSMS team so much that we watched it again. That's right.
No, we watched Gundam X.
It's actually the 7th Gundam. Take it.
Yeah, but through these, I'm not. Gundam X isn't very good.
Yeah. It's
The,
funny you mentioned Transformers because the Airmaster really does just look like Jetfire.
there has been a lot of like overlap between the two and some of the things that look.
Oh, don't misunderstand, Dark. When we say it's not good, it's still better so far than Double Zeta and Victory.
Yeah,
It's just
not reaching where it was. 'Cause I like the setup.
oh yeah, it's definitely better
yeah.
than Charge Counterattack. There's no question.
Yeah. It's still on the bottom. Still the bottom turd.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice. The yeah, I'm not very fond of it. It's, well, we got 10. There's 39 episodes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Gundam
Red
X.
heels and a sword. Probably, but I'm not sure.
Oh, got me. I don't know.
But I think X would be a lot better. We talked about this if it was just the story of Wits and Roy B on the Freed End with Jamil, and Garrett and Tifa were both just cut out of it.
Yeah. Or if they went ahead with this whole alternate storyline thing and just went and made Jamil Amuro.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, hey, this is an alternate universe. This is what Amuro would be if colonies got dropped on the Earth after the end of First Gundam.
Yeah.
Tifa's okay. She just doesn't talk. Like, I can't stand how often it camera cuts to her and she's just like.
It's also got to a point where new type powers are what the story needs them to be.
Mm.
And that kind of, I don't know, that kind of.
That's fair. You know, that's fair.
But that kind of takes the mystique out of it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And by far, this is not the weirdest use of or scenes where new type power is you know.
Yeah. Felt like you would, Dark.
LNN? Yeah.
NLL?
Yeah. Of course. I won't do that. I don't know. There's side characters in that. The side characters are the one I like most. The ones that have the smallest amount of stories. I think they could be they could have a better show.
Yeah. The Daughters. Yeah, the Daughters. There's a bunch of X suits that need to be released. Unfortunately, X wasn't very popular and still isn't today, so a bunch of the X suits just never got kits.
So 20. All right. We'll do that. But yeah, it's not the worst. I don't know if I would tell somebody, you know, there's a few that I'm like, you probably don't have to watch those, you know?
Yeah. I like Ruby a lot.
Well, it's they in each series, if we went back through and went through each one, there's, you know, suits that stand out.
Yeah.
You know, some are kind of dumb, some are all right. But some, you know, a lot of them really stand out with design, even in the most hokey of series. There's suit design. They do seem to be able to at least pull that off, maybe at least once a series, right? But the problem, one of the problems I have it with now is when the original Gundam came out in '79, that is so ahead of its time.
Mm.
It is a little bit of its time, but the idea is ahead of its time.
Yeah.
But the ones that we're watching are just so much of their time. There's such a '90s dialogue, story, characters. Straight away.
iBot tried to stop you, but it still got the link through, so I don't know what it was trying to do. Oh, that's First Gundam. You have the very first Gundam, RX-78-2. Love First Gundam.
Nightbot's an angry drunk.
I love that Nightbot said no, but then still allowed it to be posted. It's in the Twitch chat, too.
Yeah, Tallgates is a very nice suit. It's all right.
Oh, it is blocked in the Twitch chat. It's in the restream.
Aha.
Well,
it showed you.
Nightbot tried. No, I wind up, I like Garrett later on, but I never love Garrett the way that I like Camille way more than I like Garrett. And you got
kind of thin.
Roy B, and then one other character you haven't met yet, and those are my two favorite characters in all of X, and that's kind of all I care about in X are those two. I did have one question for you though. Nightbot's probably going to try and stop you, but I mean, sure, it's just going to get deleted on that end, but I'll still be able to see it. But how do you feel about the Versargo being the exact same color as the Epion?
Well, they've got some, like, there's these designs that are kind of sticking, like the Schwartz Brunner suit.
Yeah,
That setup, we've seen it a few times now. Going through that, it's just going back to the not so much going back to
the Flower Moon.
The drawing board, but kind of bringing assets forward.
Started an ad. We're still good though. It started an ad on Twitch for me, which is weird. It doesn't normally do that.
Okay.
For anybody who wondered why they were suddenly hearing an ad.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I think that's, suits are cool, but
yeah,
this was not really doing anything for me.
I'll wait till after the ad to explain what I meant to Dark, because I do agree with what Dark said. 12 seconds left on our ad. Dark cannot hear me right. I can say whatever I want. I'm not gonna, because I'd be scared of retribution, but no, to clarify, the reason why I asked that about the colors is because Rundgren really didn't like the color of the Epion. See, that's why I didn't say anything. But I just thought it was funny that the very next villain suit we see really is the exact same color as the Epion.
Yeah.
I like the leopard. And I like the Airmaster. I don't think the Airmaster is as great as some other transforming suits we get later in the series. But I really like the leopard's green. Something about it being green. Just like, all right, look, we don't get a lot of green Gundams. Yeah, that's also very true.
There you go.
All right. Well, you ready to move into weeks then?
Yeah.
How's your week been, sir?
It's all right. I watched some stuff. I'm good down my list here. We've finished House, MD. All 8 seasons of it, and it stayed pretty good throughout. Yeah, it's repetitive on one hand, because there's a weird medical thing, and obviously it would be great to have genius doctors working just on your case.
Right.
It's unrealistic.
Yeah.
There's only 8. And a lot of, I think it's 177 episodes, but a lot of the main characters, even though a lot of the characters will disappear for a while and then come back. So they kind of keep showing up. Sarcoidosis. Sarcoidosis explains all the symptoms, and then they say why. Yeah, there's a couple of them that come up, but on the original one, because Foreman, the original team, Foreman's a neurologist, Chase is a surgeon, and Cameron is an immunologist. And of course, House is a head diagnostician. So each one of them come up kind of more along the lines of something within their field. Well, then, yeah. See, you learned something new. And I kind of wonder about the show, because, like, do they learn anything? Is there anything they were like, all right, I got to look this up. Go see what this is actually going on. This is
right.
A real. But it's good. I definitely, and it had for a TV series, it had a decent ending.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dark ending, too dark of an ending, or too. It was just kind of bittersweet, kind of sadness, kind of ending through that. It's not lupus, sarcoidosis. That's what it is.
I
Watch
was
that.
listening. I'm sorry I seemed distracted. Apparently, when Dragonflare posted that last link, Nightbot timed them out for 600 seconds.
Oh,
I was trying to see if I could counter that. Apparently, I cannot.
Will.
Dragonflare, if you're still here, yeah, Nightbot really doesn't like it when people post links, I guess.
Yeah. I told you, Nightbot's an angry drunk. We gotta.
Yeah.
That's all we can afford.
It's great having an auto mod, but also it means sometimes it does things like that, and I can't fix it.
What? All right, so I'm 10 episodes into my story.
Okay.
That
Yeah, that's right.
Sappy.
Never play Legend of Zelda with Nightbot.
No.
Hates Link.
It was showing us my story. Maybe it is my love story, but it was showing us my story.
Ore Monogatari?
Onto that love story, but it is very sappy. It is interesting how because they base it off the red and blue ogre.
Yeah.
We talked about them before when we did Japanese mythology, the Oni ogre, I guess. Through that and a story based on them, and I like a couple of the characters. The best friend of the main character, because the main character is a superhero,
right?
Basically, I mean they treat him just like he's like just a huge ordinary guy, but he's a superhero.
Oh, I just looked it up myself, Dark. Not to interrupt you, I'm sorry. It is Ore Monogatari. The literal translation is my story. The English title is my love story. I don't know why they added love in there. That's not what the literal translation of the Japanese name is, but
to explain. So
please continue.
Yeah. But his love, I love her. Of course, yeah. There's a lot of times when they're doing that. The cute little girl, the big manly man, and it is kind of like the. No, it does not always make sense on the change name. Yes, the big, ugly, sin man is, I think he's a superhero, but he's also like the man's man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, except for being suave and good looking, take that away, he covers all the base. He's a very masculine, very suave Oni. Not suave Oni.
Right.
He's big, he's buffy. He is. He's an ape. He's a big dummy.
But he loves her.
I love her. Yeah. With that, he's a big dummy. His best friend is a very interesting character. So much. Yes. Going through that. And of course, the a cute, a very attractive girl falls for him. She's the only one that sees him that way. All her best friends are trying to, she tries to get all her friends from the girls' school to see him that way, and they're like, yeah, no.
Right.
And of course, his best friend is like, he never dates. And it turns out he actually did it for like a noble reason. I've still got to not quite halfway through it yet.
Right.
It's not. It is. It is. It is a love story. It is very, very sappy.
What we in the anime industry term fluff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Going through it on. It's possibly. But in the story where I'm at, they gave the flashback is he's always shocked how the girl treated his friend.
Yeah.
And if she asked him out afterwards, that was, he turned her down. Also, his dad's dying, and there's a lot of stuff he's going through as well.
Yeah.
He may just be asexual. That was terrifying.
It's a good story. I've never seen the anime, but I've read the manga, and I really enjoyed the manga.
Right on. The Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
Watched it. It was really kind of disappointing. Up until like episode 5 or 6, they bring the Mandalorian in and Grogu back. It's just it's not well done.
Okay.
The writing and the pacing and stuff leading up to it. But it seemed, I don't know if somebody else took over or they just hit a stride with the layout and the storytelling.
Yeah.
Or they felt they knew, maybe they felt they knew the Mandalorian character better than they did Boba Fett.
Right.
But there's some cool stuff in there, but not what it should be for Boba Fett.
I got
right?
you.
The Mandalorian is the
manga was very good.
But so finished off Mandalorian season 3 too, and I like where the Mandalorian is going.
Yeah.
That's what it is with the Book of Boba Fett, and I like Boba Fett. He's a legend in Star Wars,
He's great in the novels that aren't canon anymore.
Right, because that would mess with them. So, I'm not. I like the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I like the Mandalorian. I was kind of disappointed in the Book of Boba Fett. I haven't watched Ashoka yet. I'll be watching. I gotta watch Ashoka, and I need to watch the second season of Loki. Just letting a few more episodes get out so we can binge watch them.
Right.
Do that. One more. I went to see. Went to the movie theater today to watch an epic movie, which was Paw Patrol, the Mighty Movie, which is and watch. I'm not so sure. I'll give Barbie a shot.
I tried to undo that Dragon Flare, and I was not able to undo it.
Excellent for that. But actually, it was a well done movie. Overall, nice story beats. It kept. It never got too complicated. And I know this is not aimed at me, so a lot of it I'm just like this. There's a lot of it where obviously I'm like, yeah, this is kind of dumb for a kid, but I respect art where it's done, and it was well done. The story was not bad.
Yeah.
Want that the character, the voice acting was really good.
Okay.
Really good. On it, which I'm trying to think of some other things. It was a really basic story. I think I can ruin it. I think it should be okay.
Okay.
But
let me put Spoiler Laboo up just in case.
Okay. Spoiler Laboo. Up for Paw Patrol, the Mighty Movie.
Never know. Where did I leave him? Where is Spoiler Laboo?
No.
There he is.
All right, you got it?
Yeah.
But a scientist who says she's not mad. Yeah, but how? It's about the journey.
Right.
But meteor comes down. They inside the meteor is crystals. They each get a crystal. It's kind of Power Rangering.
Okay.
It's called Paw Patrol the Mighty Movie. But my love calls it Paw Patrol Mighty Morphin, but she didn't see it.
There you go.
And they basically
Snow dogs. I like snow dogs.
They basically come like the Avengers or Justice League. One basically becomes Superman. The smallest pup she gets like invulnerability, strength, and can fly. And there's one like a Flash. One that's like Elastic Man or
okay.
Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. And then it's a cutesy pootsy children's movie. But yeah, I did watch that today.
Those puppies would get wrecked by Knuckles. That's all I'm saying. They tried to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
I'll see that, but give that one a shot. How's your week been, sir?
Well, my week's been pretty good. Let me take the spoilers down here. I did some model work, painting. Now, all of my Blood Angels are painted and based.
Nice.
The lighting there is terrible, but
slow down there, Captain Knuckles.
They're all done in the beautiful snow.
Yes.
I think they look pretty great. I
I'm
do
sure
say
you
so
do.
myself.
You have a movie sequence played out in your head of them marching and the weather and
Oh yeah. I even took
blank armor.
the librarian and put some snow on the front of his cape.
Oh.
And then I took and skirted some along the back of his cape.
Nice. Looks great, man.
Thank you.
Looks really good.
I want to show you one more, and then I'll show you something else I worked on. And it's the Tech Marine, where I actually took and clumped the snow up underneath him. I spent like 10 minutes just on his base.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All clumped up. When's the next Gunpla? I actually have a couple boxes right over there. But then I was like, man, my Blood Angels are done, including like the big guys.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, man, I got to get to work on the next project.
That vehicle looks handy for going to the grocery store.
Yeah. Lots of storage space back there.
Yeah.
And so I started working on my Necrons. Which, again, the lighting is terrible. You can't really see any of the detail. But there you go. These are Space Egyptian Terminators.
Space Egyptian Terminators. What do they got against Egyptians?
Nothing. They are them.
Oh, okay.
I downloaded it. Cut me some slack. But yeah, that was like a lot of work. It's been over a year of trying to get those fully modeled, painted, and everything. And back when I started, I don't know if you remember, I put out a video that was like, hey, look, I need some pointers here. I'm afraid I'm going to mess these up. These were not cheap. I don't think I can do this. And I proved that I can. It took me a year.
Wet palette?
But yeah, the wet palette was a big part of it. But after lots of mistakes, I feel like I finally got it, you know? Thanks, Dark. And then we found out that a local game shop sells Magic the Gathering cards in bulk really cheap.
Okay.
And my wife loves Magic the Gathering, so she's dragging me into it, kicking and screaming. But she no longer has to drag me kicking and screaming because she got me a Godzilla card.
See, that's one of the reasons right there that I no longer play Magic. I have no desire to play Magic anymore. But no.
And I can play Commander format with him as my commander.
I'm sure you can.
Thank you, Dark. Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna have a Godzilla deck, and it's gonna be awesome.
Warden Trader, greatest deck of all time.
I don't doubt it. It sounded really cool, but I told the wife about it, and she was like, "That could be fun." But
Decks are the best.
I'm gonna be able to say in a game, I play Godzilla. That's fair, Dark.
Not surprised.
Yeah, that's fair. But I've also been playing some video games.
All right.
So I've been playing Casette Beasts. I talked about that a while back when I played like the first impressions for it and then didn't play anymore. That I was going to come back to it, and it was a pretty cool monster collecting game. I've got a video that should be going up tomorrow on it. Might be Thursday, depending, but it should be tomorrow. It's waiting to process right now from YouTube, so we'll see. But I really like that game. I'm maybe halfway through it now, maybe. And they have, instead of shinies that Pokemon has, they have bootleg tapes you can find that are like off-color versions of the main ones and have special abilities and stuff. The coolest thing about this game to me is not the monster collecting way that you do it, because it's different from Pokemon in a way I really like, where you have to put yourself at risk while you're trying to capture them. And so it automatically adds like another level of, well, I want to capture this monster, but
no risk, no reward.
Yeah, you gotta tactically play it out, right? But there are these things you can find in the game called Archangels. And these Archangels are all done up in different game styles. So, like, everything is pixel-based, right? 2D, until you get to these Archangels. And one of them that I found so far was a oscillating cube that, like, went in and out. And I found another one that was very obviously based on the Puppet Master Connect game, Xbox Connect game.
Okay.
And then, like, they are so cool to run into every time because they're completely different style of game in their animations. They move differently than every rule you already know for how the game moves. But then when you're running around the world, you have Metroidvania style, like, movement upgrades that you get. And you get those by collecting specific monsters. And so it's just really cool to have all these different things put in. It has definitely changed the way that I want monster collecting games to be from now on, right?
Okay.
But I really, really like this game, and I'm stoked to beat it. I have right now in my party, I have a genie that comes out of a mixer called a gin and tonic.
Okay.
And then I have a Velocirifle, which is a Velociraptor with a rifle for a head.
It doesn't matter what else is in the game. The game can be crap. That one thing you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. That's the game of the year right there. I can't argue.
I have a Capra Corpse, which is it's not at least that much. Yeah, gin and tonic. The Capra Corpse is a ram that is fused with its own dead body. The spirit of the ram is fused with its own dead body, and it carries its tombstone around as part of its back. It looks so cool. I don't want to spoil too many more monsters. Those three are like, yeah, okay, this is sick. I love it. But very, very good. I like it a lot. Then I've just been doing the usual, Guild Wars 2 started its Halloween event today with the Mad King's Labyrinth. Then FF14 should be coming up soon, and Lotros is already going. I've been playing Mariner. That's true. I've been playing FF14, just trying to, playing my 3 MMOs, getting footage for different stuff that'll be in the pipeline eventually with all those. Count to 7. Final Fantasy 7. But, just the usual stuff. Oh, and I finished Gundam Witch for Mercury. I won't say too much here, because I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet. I did not like the ending. Kind of at all. But maybe if I watch it all at once together, like the whole show, that might change. But there were some good ideas in there, and there's a couple things in there I really like, but the actual, how it winds up wrapping up, just, I don't understand why they made the choices they did. Yes and no, Dark. Yes and no. A solid permit out of 10. I know, I finally finished it. Yeah. I'll put it this way. By the end of the series, there's always, Gundam always has big climactic fights that wrap up characters' arcs, right?
Yeah.
There's a big climactic fight between two characters that wouldn't have happened if they had just talked to each other. And it's not like, oh, well, you know, they're on different sides, so they're not. No, if they had just had a single conversation, that big climactic fight didn't have to happen. So.
Well. But that's kind of a cliche in storytelling.
It is, and I hate it.
I can't tell. I have this secret, and that makes the whole situation awkward and funny because you have to, or whatever.
Yeah.
Serious because I got to work around this secret.
Mm-hmm.
That just tell them.
Well, I'm not even saying, Dark, they needed a chat, because I get that. I'm saying if they had said a word to each other, even just a hello, they would have realized what was going on.
Yeah.
And they just instead didn't speak for 2 episodes. And so then they had to fight. They should have said 7 words.
7 words is all I would need.
Unironically, it would have stopped that fight from happening. Yeah, I think the show still looks great. There's some really good mobile suits. I just don't think the plot...
Yeah, well, nothing has the excuse of not looking great.
Yeah, that's very true.
So.
Anyway, I want to do a review for it, but I kind of want to watch the last 5 episodes again before I do a review because... And that part doesn't get better, Dark. That part doesn't get better. Anyway, you ready to move into reviews?
Sure.
So we're getting started tonight with Sonic Superstars.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get better.
Sonic Superstars. I'm sorry, it was a good 76.
Okay. Also, I have to take off Rungren, Remus, and Faith from the board.
Oh my gosh, do your job.
Is it too dark? If it's too dark, I can change it. I can't change it right now, but I can change it for next week. Or too bright, I mean? Dark. It's too bright? Okay. I will change it for next week. I can't change it right now. Change it for next week. No, I just said to change it. Leave Remus because he nailed the pop quiz. You definitely should have said something sooner, Dark. I would have already changed it. All right. Well, you said 76?
Yes.
The answer is 76.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah, you get put back on the board.
Very good. Very good. Ice cream. Ice cream.
If you will give me just a moment, I can change the color of this.
Right there. We shall see. Did you fizz it? Happy I got ice cream. Right off the bat, too. The rest of this little review guessing game becomes like, I'm not worried now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can. Relax. I got one. I'm
That's
on
fair.
the board.
They're
The
not going to be able
dream-
to see us first.
Yeah. I can think of no greater achievement. Being on the ice cream board.
There we go.
Apparently that's better. I can't see it. I don't know. That's it.
Like that darker red? Okay.
That's 2 votes for. There we go.
All right.
Little fix on the fly. Nice job, sir.
Thank you. I've got to do like a lot more to make it perfect because right now there's just big black sections. But for now, this will.
Okay. Well. Sure you need to paint little plastic figurines or something as well. So.
Yeah, you know.
Fair enough.
I can actually fix it pretty quick because I've gotten pretty good at it, you know, over the years. Only been doing this for 5 years. Ought to be good at it.
You ought to, yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Problem solved. Okay. Yeah, 5 years. It's not 7. No.
Come on, Trey.
One day it might be, but it's not right now. Okay. So, Sonic Superstars, newest Sonic game, 2D Sonic game.
Yes.
Read a couple reviews for you here.
Okay.
See where it falls. So, bunch of these today were really bad. Bunch of these blur. What about from the 7-Eleven? The Games Machine says those who expected major innovations in Sonic Superstars should not have expected major innovations in Sonic Superstars. Sonic always remains Sonic, precisely because he is Sonic. New heights have been reached in this particular type of level design, which alternates sections in which the hedgehog splashes like a pinball ball. That's their exact words, I'm not joking. Apparently without any possibility of control on our part, to almost pixel-perfect movements in which excellent timing is also required. Bosses, as always, require careful analysis of movement patterns. Everything else is a pleasant side dish, but at the base there is always the old but superlative gameplay of Sonic.
Pleasant side dish. Yeah. Okay.
I got one more for you.
All right.
Cockachopere says Sonic Superstars retains the same 2D nostalgic joy thanks to its fun levels and challenges, though we advise playing the game solo if you actually want to finish it. You'll still find a lot of love from the game's levels, though they aren't as strongly designed as the ones in Sonic Mania. Sonic Superstars does enough and a bit more with its charm, especially for completionists. Though I could do without Knuckles' recovery frame when he sticks onto ledges, or Tails' flying method being the way it is, sins of past games and adherence as tradition for ill, the overall game is a solid 2D jaunt for all ages. The co-op really needs work, though, and is nothing more than a party favor.
Okay.
So, Dark, there's two kinds of Sonic games. There's 2D Sonic games, and there's 3D Sonic games. We don't talk about the sports games, and we don't talk about the Monopoly games. There's only two kinds. This is a 2D Sonic game.
This is Sonic. Just Sonic.
Hmm.
All right. I don't know. Because it is in the traditional vein. It might be like, yeah, if you've never had a Sonic 2D experience, go ahead and play it with that. I don't know.
Sonic Frontiers is
go
good dark.
down.
Sonic Frontiers is good dark. What number did you say?
I went down to 72.
Okay. Let me have this, Dark. I changed the red for you. The answer is 67%.
Okay. Went a little bit lower, and it was stuck.
Yeah. I have found that over the last few 2D Sonic games that I don't like them anywhere near as much as I like the 3D. Avoiding, of course, Rise of Lyric and Sonic Boom, which are when Sonic 06, which are some of the worst games ever made.
Too many Sonic games.
Thank you, Dark. I appreciate it. Next up, we have one that a lot of people have been excited about for a while. I've not played the Frontiers DLC yet. It's on my list of things I need to do. I'm excited to get into it. Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Oh, man.
Fix what's broken.
Well, haven't watched that movie yet. I'm going to go 84.
Okay. 79. Assume we have an 86 from Waverly.
Well, I know that, right? I know the first one was a big deal. A lot of people really liked it. It felt like it was the first true Spider-Man game for a lot of people.
Right. I liked Spider-Man 2 on the PS2. That one was really good.
Yeah, you're not most people.
That's also true.
Yeah.
The answer is 91.
Oh, that high.
Mm-hmm.
Up there. Okay. All right. Very nice.
So-
Very nice.
Absolutely. I'm going to die. Yeah, that's the one. It's also the one where they add in like the Spider-Man walk, where stuff is blowing up around him, and it's supposed to look all epic, but they modeled him so he's looking down, so it just looks like he's sad.
Everything's blowing up.
But it's a really fun game. The web slinging in it was what they modeled Marvel Spider-Man web swinging off of.
Ah.
Games Radar says Marvel Spider-Man 2 improves on its predecessor across the board while saluting the superhero genre over the last 30 years as a whole. With a captivating narrative and unrivaled spectacle, it's the quintessential superhero game in story and in mechanical terms.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But Indian TVCZ, translated from Czech. Look, I cannot stress enough that so many of these review blurbs for this game were trying to get on the back of the box. Games Radar's was close, but it still had good information in it. So today we went to Czechoslovakia.
Just get the honest reviews you can, man.
They said Marvel Spider-Man 2 delivers what we loved about the first installment. The story offers a spectacular narrative of familiar faces coming together to create the best video game story about a spider hero. We can't overlook the small effort to innovate and experiment with gameplay mechanics. Insomniac Games plays it safe and tries to please fans of all kind. As a result, the game contains parts that will undoubtedly frustrate you, but that doesn't mean it will ruin the sequel's epic experience.
Actually, a rather good review.
Mm-hmm.
Well written.
Rough.
No. First story. You know what? 94.
Okay.
So then that can go with the 94.
7 from Faith.
It might be that high.
Want to clarify, out of 99 reviews, by the way.
92. Everybody want to play it. Yeah, we're all shooting this. This is going to be a A+ recommendation. Or an A recommendation.
The score is 100%. All 99 reviewers recommended it.
All right, fine.
That doesn't happen. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't. That is, good for the game.
Yeah. I'm not going to rush out and buy it, mostly because I'm broke. But that's still cool. Yeah, it's the third time this year that's happened, which is crazy because we've had many years it doesn't happen at all.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else is going well in the world, I guess gaming is.
Right? Something has to be.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged.
That wasn't a bad game. The original game, it's not a bad. That's a fun little running game.
Yeah.
I'm going 88. Two infinity symbols stood up right beside each other.
That's very true. The score is
I didn't even look.
80.
80 what?
Just 80.
Yeah. All right. It's not a bad game. That had a good trap maker, if I remember the first one did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Runs them.
Try Hard Guide says Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged gives players the adrenaline rush of a high-speed race paired with the wackiness and freedom of a toy car track. An absolutely massive collection of cars and customization options mean there's always something to work towards in this game, and an expansive level editor means multiplayer races are always interesting. Real-life Hot Wheels collectors and racing game fans alike have something exciting in store with this brand new high-octane title.
Okay.
But why, though? Says Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 doesn't do much different than its predecessor, for better and worse. If you liked the original, the sequel offers basically more of the same, with some new cars and environments. Regardless, it's a well-made arcade racer with endless combinations of tracks to master and excel at.
Okay.
26 reviewers.
Not bad, not bad. I'm 84.
Okay. Nice, Dark.
I'll do that. That's good. It is starting to get cooler.
Score is 72%.
72. It went down a little bit. Not surprised it went down, but it didn't go drop off that far. That's fine. That's fine. I've got one tonight anyway, so.
All right. Next up is Endless Dungeon, which when I first saw it on the list, I thought we had done the reviews for years ago. That was Dungeon of the Endless. Then I checked, it's the same team. They made a game called Dungeon of the Endless, and they made a game called Endless Dungeon. So it's a roguelike.
79.
Ooh, you and Faith on the same score.
Five, six, yeah.
Out of 16 reviewers, the score is 80.
Really? All right. Gets a B minus then. Okay, fine. We were all grading it a C.
2 out of 3. Try Hard Guide says Endless Dungeon takes a familiar lore-rich universe and throws it into new territory. The clever combination of roguelike and tower defense elements creates a unique spin on both genres. The wealth of characters and enemy varieties means you always have something cool to shoot at, someone cool to shoot at with. While the game is stronger with friends, multiplayer and solo campaigns will surely delight with brutal gunplay and banging Western sci-fi tracks. Which honestly, that makes me want to play it more than anything else I've heard about the game.
Yeah.
But Saving Content says there's a good game here in Endless Dungeon, but it's missing the heart and humor that was so prevalent in Dungeon of the Endless. While changing up the mechanics enough to make this a new game, it also somehow lost the aspects that made its predecessor so good to begin with. I didn't have the capacity to make it through a full run of the game, something that will take anyone time as it's designed around multiple attempts, but I definitely feel as though I've seen everything Endless Dungeon has to offer currently. Hopefully it'll receive updates to increase the variation to the objectives and find some new ways to keep the time between waves engaging.
Okay.
They didn't beat it, but they didn't beat it because they thought it was boring.
Yeah, that's happened with games before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna go to even 70.
Okay.
Even 70. Exit. Stays left even.
Answer is 73%. Remus got it.
Oh, weird. Well,
I have one more game for you. I just dropped the X while trying to put Remus's name on here.
Rish. Oh, 74.
Oh, yeah, it's third within a third. So Dark also gets it, according to our agreement that I'm too afraid to go back on at this point.
Right. You got it fixed?
Yep. One more game. Everyone's on the board that he's got on there. Faith has got it 3 times in a row, missed by 1.
It's your call.
Faith, we haven't made a deal, but we can make a deal.
Oh, she got bargaining room.
Mm-hmm.
She said, if I get 3 missed by 1. and Faith has a cheerleader, so
That's true. That's true.
Make the deal.
I'm just waiting on word from Faith. But while we wait on that word from Faith, okay, all right, I will add Faith to the board.
I was about to vote her in by proxy anyway, so try.
A move. Do it like.
All right.
There we go. Okay. Final game for tonight. Yeah, anytime Faith gets 3 within 1 on the board. Eventually, Dark's just going to have deals like that made for everybody.
It worked out.
Our final game of the night is Lords of the Fallen 2023.
40. Nice.
Dark Faith. There you go. Going with a 40?
I'm going with a 40.
Okay. 61 reviewers, by the way.
Please play our game.
Ice cream.
Right? I am set.
This is such a weird one to review. They remade a game that already was in a weird spot.
It's not a good game. All they did is made it prettier. You get crap in updated graphics.
Yeah. The score is 73.
They are too kind.
Out of 61 reviewers. And but why, though? It says, Lords of the Fallen is a massive improvement over its namesake prequel, and it provides many highs, but there are definitely some lows as well. For the masochist action RPG fan, though, there's plenty to love, and it's all gonna hurt. So, the original was bad, but it wasn't bad because the individual gameplay was bad, or because the boss design was bad, or because the world was bad. It was bad because you were too slow, because none of the weapons felt different enough from each other, and because they gave you so many checkpoints that you never really had to worry about it. I beat that game by just going raw strength build.
There was no there's no real desire to move forward in that one for me.
The lore of the world was cool, but like there's a cemetery at one point where you can find a pretty good shield. If you go into that cemetery, the only thing you can do in that cemetery, it's a box. The cemetery is just a box. You go in there, there's the shield, and there's one enemy. That's it. This is a world that's like high gothic art, and your cemetery is just a box?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I also love But Why Those Names. Your second review for tonight is from Sixth Axis that says, I desperately want to like Lords of the Fallen, but it's the first game all year that actively annoyed me. I love the Souls-like genre more than any other, but this game took all of the lessons it could have learned since the original Lords of the Fallen and either forgot them entirely or just misunderstood them so grievously that you assumed it skipped a class. It's fair, Dark.
All right. 63.
Okay. I want to play this remake. I don't want to buy this remake. If it was on Game Pass or Epic, like I'd give it a shot for the sake of like we'd stream it just for the fun of it, you know? But I'm not paying for it again. I wasted the money the first time. I'm not wasting it again. The score is 64%. Dark got it again.
On Friday, yeah. Fine.
Yeah, we sure would play it on a Friday.
Yeah, I'll play that time. Yeah.
We
I have an ice cream for each hand.
just saying, if you want me to play it on a Friday, you know, you can gift it to me on Steam. Person watching this on YouTube 2 weeks from now that loves the game and thinks that I would love the game if I played it too, but since I haven't, I hate it. You can do that. We always get comments like that later. It's like, oh, if you actually played the game though, you'd really like it. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm not buying it, so
yeah,
like Skyrim. And I wound up liking it, you know? I have Liza P. Yeah. And just Liza P. No other games. Moving to announcements.
All right.
We have more Game Pass games. Now, normally, we get more Game Pass games halfway through the month, which it is halfway through the month now, but we normally get the first Game Pass games at the start of the month, not a weekend already. So it feels really weird to be doing Game Pass games 2 weeks in a row.
Well, for many people, it's Halloween month, so
That's true.
on things.
So, coming soon to Game Pass, available today, Like a Dragon Ishin, which is the spinoff.
Trey?
I'm working on it, Will. That's the spinoff, which I'm excited about. I have that downloaded already. F1 Manager 2023. Cities Skyline 2, available day one with Game Pass. Dead Space. This is, I believe, the original? Because it says Survival Horror Classic Dead Space. It's hard to tell because both games have the same name.
Yeah.
Same thing with Lords of the Fallen, right?
Yeah.
That's very true, Dark. Frogged, if it's the remake, I hope it's the remake. I would love to get to play the remake without having to pay extra for it. But it sounds like it's the original. They don't specify.
That sounds painful.
Yeah. Frog Detective, The Entire Mystery, which is all 3 Frog Detective games.
Been there, done that.
You still have to play the third one, don't you?
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either. Maybe so. Maybe still got to play the third one. Yes, okay. Probably do. Okay, yeah. Almost been there, done that.
Almost. The third one just came out, yeah. Minako's Night Market, coming October 26th to Cloud Console PC. This is apparently a cozy Japanese-inspired village with a great mystery to unfold.
All right.
Headbangers Rhythm Royale, available day one on Cloud Console PC.
Heck yeah.
And the summary is, have you ever looked at a pigeon and thought, what's going on in your head? Well, think no more. Headbangers puts you and 29 others into the eyes of the pigeon while you battle it out in rhythmic challenges to find out who is the ultimate master headbanger.
The singer of Corpse Grinder.
Yep, I think we'll probably check that one out on a Friday stream at some point. Jusant, available day one, Cloud Console PC, October 31st. Embark on a climbing adventure in Jusant. Master your climbing tools, you ascend a mysterious, ever-changing tower. That looks kind of cool.
Fair enough.
But as always, when stuff comes, stuff must leave. Gunfire Reborn is leaving October 31st.
Just leave money on the nightstand.
Kill It With Fire is leaving October 31st.
Okay.
Persona 5 Royal is leaving October 31st. That's a big game to just go.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not. It's a fun time killer game. Yeah.
Didn't look like it was a hard one to do.
No, there's a couple of tricks. There's a couple of things I had trouble completing, but I was also on a schedule. So
yeah. Signalis is leaving October 31st.
Okay.
Which people have said that's a really good RPG. And then Solasta, Crown of the Magister, is leaving as well.
All right.
I have Signalis installed. I've been wanting to check it out. There's no way I'm going to be able to beat it before October 31st. So might as well just not start it at that point.
Is a game. Yes.
Then our second announcement is...
All right.
I have work this weekend.
Work.
with my other job.
Sure.
Uh,
Let's see.
this is Silent Hill Ascension.
A new Silent Hill story?
Yeah, and I'm glad you said story, because this is weird. This is not releasing on PC or consoles or anything like that. It is a mobile exclusive. And what's going to happen is that every couple days, they will drop a new episode to it, which you can watch and vote on how things are going to go. I'll just read their summary for you.
Okay.
A massively interactive live event, Mile, launching next year. Silent Hill Ascension will immerse participants around the globe in the psychological horror at the heart of a Silent Hill in an unparalleled way by putting an all-new Silent Hill story and characters into the hands of the audience as the narrative unfolds live on multiple platforms. So it looks like it's going to be an interactive series with new scenes daily on the mobile app, and IGN got to play a little bit of it and compared it to Twitch Plays Pokemon.
Okay.
So there is Dark, but the new one coming out is weird. It's not regular Persona 5. It's like it's like the Q games for Persona 3 and 4. It's Persona 5 Tactica. It looks cool. I'm actually excited for Tactica. Anyway, when I heard there was a new Silent Hill, I was stoked. Then I read this and was like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
That's where we are on that.
All right.
No, that Persona 3 Tactical Reload is coming out, which is a remaster of Persona 3. But yeah, it is. It's exactly like those old YouTube story videos where you then click on the video that you wanted it to be, and it would tally your vote by adding a like to that video. Good call, Remus. I get that, Dark. I do. 3 and 4, I think, are better than 5, but that's an opinion that'll get me booed off the internet in places. I like 5, but 5 is people's baby, and I think 3 and 4 are both better. Anyway, we'll move into news before I get dragged out behind the shed.
Well, you're not a real gamer anyway, so.
That's very true, yeah. Let me tell you, it's pretty great. A brand new Wii U console was sold this last month, September 2023, for the first time since May of last year, and the first time before that was like October of the year before. But we're at this point where one new Wii U sells a year, basically. That's right, Remus, that's right. And I just think it's magical that Wii U's are still being sold new in box somewhere.
No, it's a conspiracy by Nintendo.
Get it talked about again. I think it's really funny.
No, actually, it's a conspiracy by Microsoft and Sony working together to remind the world that Nintendo made the Wii U.
Yeah. The kicker is they're not still making Wii U's, Dark. These are new in-box Wii U's that are floating around the world still. Like rare Pokemon that get caught up by somebody and put in their store.
That one rare Pokemon that everybody hates.
Yeah. And then some grandma comes in and buys it, being like, oh, I remember when my kids wanted a Wii.
Must be a new system.
Yeah. So, I'm curious, if I tried to buy a new Wii U right now, how much would it cost? Go to the shopping tab. Oh, yeah. No, Amazon sells renewed ones for $300. But if I wanted new in box, there aren't any.
Oh, so just, or like at like GameStops, the last few GameStops that are open.
Yeah.
You know, for some reason they have one in inventory.
I'm on eBay, Dark. All I'm seeing are pre-owned or renewed, refurbished, reopened. Very good condition.
Well, somebody's got to be the last one to buy one.
Right. No, I went to Amazon first to see if they had them to inbox. I didn't think they would, but then I went to eBay. Okay, I found one.
Oh, did you know?
$837.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a Japanese version.
So many things I could do with that. That would way before that.
You can't even play your discs in it because it's the Japanese version we use.
You still get regional discs.
Yeah.
You have to have them shipped as well.
Oh yeah, PS2 games have been blown way out of proportion.
There were some great games on the PSD. That was a monster console.
Yep. And it's a shame that people that just wanted to balloon the market have made it so expensive.
Yeah. It's classic now.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of scams.
All right, this ought to be good.
Oh, we got an ad. No, that was perfect. All right, we got 15 seconds still.
What? Gotta be something good.
Probably not.
You think so?
Oh, it's the Sonic Superstars ad. Nice. All right.
Look.
iPhone AT&T ad. Well, speaking of scams,
Okay.
the game's second extinction has gone extinct.
You were waiting a whole podcast to say that, haven't you?
Yep. So, for anybody who's forgotten, Second Extinction was a game where you got to shoot dinosaurs. It released in early access. They would come out of portals, and you would have to shoot them down. And it was like a cool idea for a game that then Capcom made with Exoprimal, even though it was bad. They still did it better. And so then the early access was like, well, we're going to add all this cool stuff. I'm so sorry. It is a shooty dinosaur game without any of the cool high-tech stuff that Exoprimal has. Anyway, I gotta sneeze.
Go back and play Turok.
Thank you.
Last year again.
Right. It's been in early access for a while. It never left early access.
Wow.
And now they're just dropping it. Hey, they're moving on to something else. They're ending active development. And they say in their statement, but you can play solo if you want. Because they're going to take down the multiplayer servers. You can launch a match by yourself, but the game's designed around multiplayer, so there's no point in playing alone. You're just going to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
How do you mess up shooting dinosaurs? And how does shooting dinosaurs get messed up twice in a year?
That is what happens when you give everybody a trophy.
I don't understand how it happened.
I don't know, the premise is pretty basic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't exist. Look at that. No. Dinosaurs, guns. I'm there.
It doesn't exist anymore.
How?
Oh, I didn't even want to talk about the new King Kong game. It's the worst reviewed game of the year so far. We didn't review it for a reason. Because it's not on OpenCritic yet, but...
Oh. Okay.
Can't hit the... Yeah. So yeah, they made something worse than Exoprimal, and then they killed it.
Yeah.
And they probably should.
Didn't even need a comment.
Right. It's fair. The next news story is that Like a Dragon Gaiden, which is the man who sold his name, the man who gave up his name, the Kazuma Kiryu game, will not have a dub at launch.
Okay.
And some people are very upset about this.
Is it? Can you turn on subtitles
Yeah.
in English for that launch? Then learn to read.
Right. Also, the only game we got that had a dub for the longest time was the first game, where Mark Hamill voiced Majima.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't get another dubbed Yakuza game, Like a Dragon as it's called now, until 7. All the other ones weren't dubbed. So I don't understand why people are so upset about this, because it's not like you even have a dub cast that you're attached to at this point.
Right. And it's... I can understand being disappointed, but just... that's it. It's like, oh, well, I'll have to read.
Yeah. So they're even going to be adding it as a post-launch patch. You're not going to have to pay for it or anything like some other studios have done. It's going to be like Gollum did, where you had to pay for Cinderin. But also another thing I think people are forgetting is that this game wasn't supposed to come out. Like, it wasn't even supposed to be made until after Yakuza 8, Like a Dragon 8.
Yeah.
But the dev team started working on it, too, because they were passionate about it, and they wanted it to get done, and they finished it before they finished 8. Which I'm sure upset some people. But, yeah, Mark Hamill got asked in an interview, what he thought about voicing Majima, and he was like, who? But he only did it for one game, it's... Anyway, it's going to be there. Just calm down. I know it's not going to be there on the launch day, but it'll be there eventually, so...
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then, I didn't put this in the news because I was going to mention it when we were reviewing it, but I forgot to cover it during the reviews. Insomniac made it where Spider-Man 2 on disc, there's no updates or anything like that. When you boot, you put in the disc, it plays the game.
Oh.
How long that's going to be true, I don't know, but...
It probably will be.
I think it is. YouTuber Young is going to be doing Kiryu.
Okay.
So, our final piece of news, though, which is where the podcast got its title, is that Slay the Spire. Look, okay, let me dig into this for you. You remember Unity, right? You remember all the stuff that happened with Unity?
Yeah. Yeah, and is happening. Yeah.
Well,
business moves.
Oh yeah. A lot of devs were really cautious about moving to a different engine, right?
I'm sure.
But everybody knows they have to move to a different engine, because if they did this once, they can do it again.
Yeah.
And so, Slay the Spire is a game that was made on Unity. One of the most popular deck-building roguelikes ever. It kind of made that subgenre of roguelike, right?
Well, at least we have someone to blame.
Well, they made a new game for free in Godot over the last 3 weeks to show other devs that, hey, look, you can make cool stuff in this engine too. It's not hard to learn. We did this in 3 weeks of having the engine. But we're not going to charge for it because we've only used the engine for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, also, when people are like just good at something, and it could be, a pianist, harpist to a mechanic, and they just seem to have this natural thing going with it.
Mm-hmm.
They get it, programming counts it as well. I think they forget what it's like to what it's like to suck.
Yeah.
Right. Or not be good.
Right.
Like that. It's y'all have quite an advantage. I'm glad they did it.
Oh yeah.
Really move. Of course, because that's really going to be directed at people who are on their level.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but so I kind of wonder if that's Like, well, look, it was so simple. We just jumped over and did this. I was like, yeah, well, you're kind of an artist.
Right.
At this point, you've got to take it a little bit step beyond.
And it's not a super deep game. It is a rhythm fighting game with auto. I guess it's auto battler is the best way to put it. Right. You play the cards, it battles for you. But it's called Dancing Duelist. It's available free to play. A lot of the comments that I've seen around it are like, "Hey, we kind of wish you had made this a full thing instead of just a throwaway, like proof of concept." You know?
Yeah.
But
That's funny. Always leave them one more.
that's also fair, Dark. I think that this is a cool thing for them to do in a lot of ways. Because, again, as you said, the people that are on their level are going to be like, oh, hey, yeah, no, this is a tool that I can use.
Yeah,
my skills will transfer over in some ways. Have a good one, Will.
But somebody who's like, no, Unity's what I've done.
Right.
You know, that's all I know. They might have some trouble pulling something like that off.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
But if you're curious about it, you can go play it for free now. It's called Dancing Duelist. It's on their itch.io, and you can check it out. I'll probably do like a first impressions on it just because why not? I like anything that makes it where Unity's the bad guy right now. So,
not only that, it's an interesting free game.
Mm-hmm. I'm also really curious because I've played a lot of games on Unity, played a lot of games on Unreal. I don't think I've played that many on Godot. So I'm curious about it. I know that Casette Beasts that I was talking about earlier, that was made on Godot. And I'm loving it. So it could be this is an engine that I'm really going to play some great games out of, you know?
Maybe so.
That's all the news that we have for tonight. So let's throw it over to Rundgren's Corner.
All right. Well, as usual, we start this off with a happy birthday. And happy birthday to Sam Concepcion. He's a Filipino musician, an actor, on tour. He's just got lots of accolades. So I'm pretty sure he's doing something really cool right now.
Right.
But he'll have a chance to catch up later. And when he does, I'm sure he'll check in on us. When he
happy
does,
birthday, Vince.
Yeah, happy birthday to him on that. All right, I've got, as you know, I try to keep up on the animal uprising from time to time. And I guess tis the season or something like that. But I found a few stories, and I've got one here of interesting encounters. And this is from Connecticut. A large black bear was seen on surveillance home video breaking into a lady's house. Now, she was not home. She has Ring security, which has brought us some amazing footage over the years.
Yeah.
Ring cameras. But the bear broke in, apparently got in. She had left the window cracked. And it went around, and it never went up to the second floor. Stayed on the first floor. Stayed on the first floor. I am neither twink nor troll. But it came in, walked around, opened her freezer, ate some chicken, spilled dog food everywhere, didn't break anything else except the entrance where it went in and out. Now, she wasn't at home. There was no interaction with this one. And the other one was a lady, which I can't say a bear. That was a story.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, there's a cracked open window, comes in, opens the freezer, wanders around, eats chicken, spills dog food, doesn't touch anything else.
This bear's my favorite.
Right. This was kind of chill. There is unconfirmed reports that it might have left the freezer open. We don't know for sure. on that.
Rookie mistake. Now they know you were here.
Yes. There were some tufts of fur with that. And I bet there was a smell
Probably.
that. But this is the highlight to me of this story. According to Connecticut's Department of Energy and Environment Protection, or DEEP, black bears have a keen sense of smell. On the DEEP's website, it says the black bear is an intelligent animal with a keen sense of smell and hearing. It can detect the slightest aroma of food, which may lead the bear to campsites and near homes. And that was just a word of advice for you from the DEEP.
Nice.
There was no reports of poop in the house, but it wouldn't surprise me if there were some. If it left some if it left that evidence there.
Sure, he cleaned it up. He's a smart bear.
Yeah, I don't know how well it didn't quite cover his tracks, but not a lot of damage.
The window could have been anything. It didn't have to be a bear.
Right. Well, the reports were the window was left cracked open, and the bear didn't do much damage to it. Damage is damage, right?
Yeah.
Didn't much damage to it, but it managed to like slide through.
Yeah.
It was a cat burglar bear.
Bears.
Brute force. Yeah, that would be wonderful to walk into.
Yeah.
Ready to get home. The smell of baking ovens. Oh God. Yeah, no.
I'm just imagining you walk through the door and the bear's there in your fridge. And he just turns and looks at you and then points at the dog.
The bear wasn't me. It was the bear. Yeah. Pardon me. Do you have any gray poop on? I don't know. Bears are terrifying. They're fuzzy wuzzy and terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, fuzzy wuzzy was a bear, but he didn't have any hair.
I also like that the DEEP had to tell us that bears like to smell food. But, Yogi Bear showed us that a long time ago.
That's true. But the fact there's a government agency that's the DEEP,
Yeah.
I find rather funny.
7 bears.
7 bears. They are, yes. They are one of the animals in the world.
Yep.
Picnic baskets.
Normally, this is when I'd throw it over to your assignment, but you've already been assigned.
Yes.
Relicta.
Yes. Hopefully the software we use to broadcast will
Work.
Yeah, that'd be great. Bears are terrifying.
Relicta is what the bear was doing inside that freezer.
Right? Like the bears don't even bother to kill you if they're ready to eat. They just start eating. It's like have some decency.
Right?
Right.
But they're so cute.
Yeah, from a distance.
What Finn Bear?
Oh. Hell my, they are.
Yeah.
That.
All right. Well, you have any plugs then, sir?
Stay away from bears.
Yeah. Bear.
Oh, that.
I've been watching a YouTube series in the background while doing other stuff by this channel called June the King. And I mentioned earlier YouTube drama and we don't like talking about it. I love consuming it though.
Go back to it. Gosh.
I love consuming it. And so this guy does like deep breakdowns of like what where's this YouTuber now? What did they do? And then it's like, oh yeah, they're in jail, or oh yeah, they did this thing.
Oh, normal person, yeah.
So, I watch that channel.
Yeah.
Dip their toes into it. But yeah, I'd recommend that channel if you like drama.
Just to know which way the water flows. I'm not getting involved.
But I also have been, just listening to people talk about 40K stuff while painting.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then. For the rest of this week, tomorrow you'll be playing Relicta.
Yes.
Thursday, we'll be talking SCP-001 proposals. Friday, we're doing a long stream for Liza P. We're doing 5 CT to 9 CT. So 2 hours normal than we normally stream. On Friday, we'll be doing a Road to Goaty stream as we try to get some actual progress in Liza P and not just one area every other Friday. But
okay.
I like that game and I want to beat it before Goaty times. I'm stoked.
Fair enough.
Alexa, I was not talking to you. Why are you talking to me about Vulture's order stuff? Stop.
Oh, the Vultures.
We'll see Vultures when we watch Gundam X again.
Yeah, we will. All vultures because they're vultures.
It's so clear about it too. It says it like it's something you wouldn't know. One day. On the X. Well, but Monday we'll be back with Lotro as we try to get you that level, and I'm almost to a level.
Yes.
And then Tuesday we'll be back with another exciting episode of the podcast with all the usual stuff. So, hopefully you come back. Thanks everybody for watching. The channel's thanks for that victory, Neek. The channel's had a big uptick recently, and I really appreciate that. Appreciate everybody. You make it all worthwhile. So, thank you.
All right.
With all that said, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
And it's been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Life has to offer.